7 Poorest Countries in the World in 2025. Number 7. Republic of Democratic Congo. Congo is one of the world's poorest countries, with a GDP per capita of only $1,910 in 2025. Despite being rich in natural resources like cobalt, copper, and diamonds, nearly 65% of its 105 million people survive on less than $2.15 a day. The country has been plagued by decades of civil wars, which have not only devastated infrastructure, but also led to millions of deaths and the displacement of countless citizens. Widespread corruption and weak governance continue to stall development. Even with substantial international aid, healthcare, food, and education are severely limited, leaving many without access to basic needs. Number 6. Somalia. Somalia remains one of the poorest countries in the world, with a GDP per capita of just $1,900 in 2025. Its economy heavily relies on agriculture and livestock, but frequent droughts caused by poor rainfall lead to devastating food shortages and widespread malnutrition. In addition to food insecurity, the country faces an alarming 59% unemployment rate. Somalia has been in a state of civil war for many years, with multiple factions fighting for control, making it nearly impossible for millions to access basic needs. Number 5. Mozambique. According to Forbes, Mozambique has a population of about 35.5 million, and the GDP per capita is $1,790 in 2025. Despite the country's abundant natural resources, especially large gas reserves, the economy has collapsed due to mismanagement and corruption. The situation worsened in 2017 when attacks by Islamist rebel groups occurred, displacing more than 1 million people. The country faces severe shortages of education, food, and clean water, leading to widespread disease outbreaks. Due to a lack of proper medical care, many people die from minor illnesses each year, with children being the most affected. Number 4. Malawi. Malawi is known for its beautiful landscapes as well as being one of the poorest countries, with a current GDP per capita of just $1,760. The country heavily relies on rain-fed agriculture, but due to climate change, frequent droughts and floods regularly disrupt crop yields, causing severe food shortages. Limited industrialization and its landlocked geography make trade expensive and hinder access to global markets. According to recent data, Malawi has a population of over 21 million people, and approximately 75% of the population earns less than $3 per day. Number 3. Central African Republic. The Central African Republic is rich in gold, oil, uranium, and diamonds, yet its people live in extreme poverty. The dire economic situation is primarily attributed to political instability and the control of large parts of the country by armed groups, which has forced over 1 million people to flee their homes. With only 37% literacy, the country has a current population of over 5.8 million and a GDP per capita of just $1,310. The country's people constantly struggle to access basic services such as education, healthcare, and reliable infrastructure. Number 2. Burundi. Burundi, one of the world's poorest nations, continues to battle the devastating effects of its 1993 to 2005 civil war, followed by years of political instability and corruption. As of 2025, the country's GDP per capita stands at just $1,010. With a population of about 13.5 million, more than 85% depend on agriculture for survival. However, outdated farming methods and soil degradation have made food production difficult. As a result, over half of the population suffers from hunger, and many children experience malnutrition. Healthcare is severely limited. There is only one doctor for every 40,000 people, and less than 5% of the population has electricity. Number 1. South Sudan. South Sudan, the world's youngest nation, has struggled with extreme poverty since gaining independence in 2011. Violence has displaced millions, destroyed infrastructure, and disrupted agriculture, the backbone of the economy. According to Forbes data from 2025, South Sudan is the world's poorest country, with a GDP per capita of around $961. The landlocked country currently has a population of about 11 million, with over 60% relying on humanitarian aid.